welcome back to In Her Rubber Boots. My name is Katrina, and today I want to share with you two really easy things that you can make for Christmas presents or just presents in general. So the first thing is homemade vanilla extract. Now, if you are a baker, you will know that if you want to buy real vanilla extract in the store, it is very pricey. And there is a reason for this. Vanilla beans themselves are expensive. But you can still make it cheaper yourself, and you can give it away as gifts, and people will value it since it's very expensive to buy the real stuff in the store. So step number one is to get yourself some real vanilla beans. The Madagascar type are, from my research, the best ones to use. They can handle higher heats, and they have really nice, strong, really vanilla flavor. Some other vanilla bean ones that you can get from different countries, they have a little bit different, maybe more fruity kind of sense to them. So if you're just trying to make a very traditional vanilla extract, you probably want to go with the Madagascar beans. Sorry, don't mind the children in the background. Gotta film when you can. Okay, so I've come to the bedroom with hopes that you can hear me better because it's so loud over there with the toddler. When you're buying your beans, you can buy grade A or grade B. Grade A are obviously more expensive, but grade B are actually better for making vanilla extract. So go with the cheaper ones, go with grade B. They might not look as pretty, but they are exactly what you need. Now, they say you can use different kinds of alcohol, but that the vodka will give you the more traditional flavor that you're used to with store-bought homemade extract. So I would definitely just stick with the vodka if you're doing it for the first time. Some people will say just go for the cheapest vodka out there, but I do think it affects the flavor. So I've gone for, say, a middle-of-the-road vodka, and so I'm going to use this with probably about 7 of these. So I have opened these up here. You should be able to smell a really strong vanilla. Like when you open up the box, if you order them off of Amazon, when you open the box itself, even though they're vacuum sealed, you should already smell the vanilla. It smells delicious. So you know that this has got to at least let off quite a bit of flavor if you can smell it through the vacuum seal. Now you can just put them whole into the alcohol, but I would recommend chopping them up, getting the seeds out, and trying to really get as much of that vanilla flavor as you can out of each bean. So rather than scraping the seeds out onto the cutting board, I'm going to scrape them straight into this jar that I'm making it in, because I don't want to waste a lot of the flavor on the cutting board. Now, obviously, you can do a bunch of different bottles and have everything separate, but it's easier to do it all in one bottle, and that way you can cut up all of your vanilla beans, put them in the bottle together, and then when you want to give it away, you're going to strain it and pour it into smaller jars. Otherwise, you're going to have little floaties in all of the jars, or you're going to have to strain all of those separately and then put them back in jars. So it's much easier to make one big batch, strain it, and put it into separate jars when it's ready to go. So I've done 2 so far. I've just thrown the pods in afterwards because they'll be full of flavor as well, and this is kind of what it looks like, the seeds. Almost like coffee grinds is how it looks. So here you can see I've got the beans inside of it. I don't know if you can see the little black specks. So this is why I'm saying you're going to want to strain it later, because otherwise it's going to be pretty murky, and most people probably don't want that. So I'm going to pour this vodka into this jar. For the chocolate one, I actually just put it in there, in the actual one that you can buy. So you can see that they're floating in there. And I'm going to give it a little bit of a shake because some of the vanilla seeds are sort of floating around in it. So they need to sit for at least 8 weeks. So if you do give it as a gift sooner than that, just make sure that you let people know not to start using it until they've actually sat for that long. And you want to make sure that if you give it as a gift, that there's still vanilla pods in there, because otherwise it won't, keep releasing that flavor into the vodka. As far as storage goes, it should be kept in a dark place, especially if you've got it in clear jars. So in your cupboard is good, but just not on the counter. So it's been about 1 week, and I just want to show you how it's looking. So I give it a shake usually, I don't know, every day or 2 when I can remember, but it's already turning nice and dark. I don't know if you can see it okay. See the pods in there? But I think, given another 6 or 7 weeks, it's going to look great. So for part 2, I want to share with you infused salts as well as making your own spice mixture. So we're going to pick some basil in the garden, and we're going to start with making a infused salt.
Now, obviously, I'm picking this out of the garden, but you can also just go to the grocery store and buy a bunch of herbs.
Alright, on second thought, I don't have very much basil. I'll still do a little bit of basil, but I believe I have cilantro that is kind of growing again. So maybe we'll do some cilantro. So the situation with the basil is looking a little sad. It is very late in the season, so it's understandable. But this is looking to be cilantro here. I thought it was parsley, but when I smell it, definitely smells like cilantro. So step 2, once you've either picked or purchased your basil or parsley or whatever you're doing, you're going to wash and dry it. You're then going to chop it up and add it in with your salt. For this, I am using Himalayan pink salt.
You then need to preheat your oven to 220, and you're going to blend your salt together with your herbs in your blender.
So as you saw, I didn't have a lot of basil. So this is my basil salt, but it's not very green, so hopefully it will be flavorful enough. The cilantro, on the other hand, I had lots of, so that is how it should look. But the other will be okay. It'll just be more salt and less flavor. This will be packed full of flavor.
So you're going to bake that for 10 to 15 minutes, and then you're going to turn your oven off and just leave it in the oven for another about 30 minutes, and then take it out and just kind of break it up.
So here it is after it's dried, and then I am just going to put it in a pretty little jar.
And just a little tip when you're pouring it in, if you pour it over top of another tray, then whatever spills, you can just, again, pour that tray in. So then you don't have to be as fussy, and it goes nice and quick. And here you have the finished product. It smells so good, and it will keep for about 6 months. So it definitely makes a great gift.
So like I said, the last thing we're going to make is the spice blend. It's honestly so simple. All you have to do is have a bunch of different spices in the house, and you just combine them based on the recipes that you pick. You hardly need to watch a video on how to do this. Really, I'm just giving you the idea. So I will link a few of them below that I have found, but I'm just going to combine some together, put it in a cute little jar, and use it as a present, probably for Christmas. So I find it easiest to just lay everything out as far as the ingredients go. Get yourself whatever you're going to measure with, and something to put it in. A little jar like this works good.
So it really is as simple as mix, measure, and stir, and then just put it in little cute containers, label them, and people love this as a present because it's practical and saves you money.
Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it gave you some ideas of things that you can make as presents, but are not baking, but still from your kitchen. Let me know in the comments below if you make any of this and how it goes. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!